Which rock bottom should I begin with? This was the question I pondered as I started to piece together my life story for this memoir. Do I begin with leaving my mom's house at age 15 with no place to live? Or with the living room in the Sunset Strip massage parlor that I called home as a 16-year-old? Maybe I should start with thumbing my way up and down the coast of California with no job or money or place to be. I could begin like a movie with a scene of me as a 15-year-old hanging out at a Santa Monica pool hall and going from sniffing a glue-like solvent called toluene to shooting heroin within a year. Or perhaps I could start a few years later when I got married and then quickly divorced as a teenager. I mean, that's a compelling place to start, except that wasn't exactly rock bottom. That was more like a way station on the way to rock bottom. In fact, if there were a deadbeat to-do list of things to accomplish to reach rock bottom, I'd put a big fat check mark next to all of them. I was kicked out of high school multiple times, never graduated. I was arrested as a kid more times than I could count. I was a drug addict, I was hospitalized, I was homeless, I stole. I mean, even as I write this, I can't believe my life turned out as it did. There's almost nothing I can point to in my first 20 years on this earth that would indicate that I get my shit together at some point and be competent enough to hold a job, keep a job, and eventually run anything, let alone an entire company, or two, or three. But that's the ending of my story. If you're reading this, then you have an idea of how things turned out. What you don't know is how improbable my career and my journey through life have been. That's the reason why I was drawn to start this book with one of my many rock bottoms. I have an innate desire to let you know how far I've come. Maybe it stems from a latent need to prove myself because I thought I'd never amount to anything. Maybe it's just ego. Or maybe it's an excuse to put it all on paper for prosperity. So I know that it really happened this way. And it's probably a mixture of all three. And I'm sure psychologists could come up with a whole buffet of other reasons. But one thing I know for sure is that I want to share my story with you, to tell you that your life, your career, and who you are as a person are all within your hands. You can fall all the way down to a dark place where you can't see your way out, and then sheer grit and gumption and tenacity, and yeah, a little luck in the right places and a lot of blessings, you can claw your way out. Because that's what I did. So you know what? Here's the truth. The reason I can't decide which rock bottom to start with is because I had so damn many of them. And it doesn't matter which one I open with. Divorces, drugs, rehab, relapses, running away, take your pick. Because frankly, they're all dark as hell. And looking back, I can't believe that all of them happened to one guy, me. Instead, what I'm going to do is start at the beginning, at the earliest memories of my childhood, and then we'll go through the highs, literally and figuratively, and the lows, and everything in between, together. So buckle up.